Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be ranking all of the Capital Supremacy maps for Star Wars Battlefront II on this tier list from S tier to D tier. You guys should know how the tier list works, and if you enjoy this video please like and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. First up we have Felucia. This is one of the last few maps that was added into the game, and I think Felucia's a B tier. It's got some cool mechanics, like it's the only Capital Supremacy map that has the ATT on it. The ATT is obviously, don't mind my cat meowing. The ATT is also on the Galactic Assault map for Geonosis, but it's not on any other maps for Capital Supremacy. So it does have that going for it, and obviously the environment actually damages you. Like there's those toxic plants that if you step on or you shoot, it can kill you. But it doesn't really make that much sense because it kills droids and clones. Like, droids can't breathe, so how is toxic fumes gonna kill it? But yeah, it also has some interesting points. Like you've got the the dead Sarlacc pit, you have the town area, you have that loading bay kind of off to the side. But overall I think it's kind of middle tier because it's a bit kind of hard to traverse the terrain, if you get what I mean. Actually, I might move up to A tier. And that kind of seems like a big step up, but I might move up to A tier. Next is Maz's Castle. Maz's Castle, in my opinion, is not that good. It's kind of like Foul Fortress from Battlefield 1 if you've played that. Maybe that's a horrible comparison, but I just think it's kind of boring, and it's just a castle with a forest, and there's way more interesting things that come down the line the rest of these maps, and I just don't think Maz's Castle just offers that much. But I don't think it's shit. I don't think it's horrible, so I'm going to put that in C tier. Now Jakku, on the other hand, I hate Jakku. Jakku is really annoying to get around the place. It doesn't really have anything that's memorable, and it's literally just Tatooine. Now I was thinking, this isn't... Oh wait, Jakku's there. Fucking hell. Cut that out video. But Jakku, it's just hella boring. There's nothing interesting other than that one part where it's kind of like a ravine of sand. I don't really know if it's the right way to describe it, but it's kind of vertical. Next is Yavin 4. Yavin 4 it's good. I think it's a decent map. However, it's not the best part of Yavin 4, I don't think. Because it takes place in the second to last stage, or it takes place in the first couple stage areas on the Galactic Assault map, which I don't think is good as the last bit, which is the temple, which is the part you can see in the image. But it has some interesting points, but as with a couple others, it's a bit hard to traverse the enclosed spaces, and it's kind of like a classic Call of Duty map, where it's got 3 lanes, and those lanes are kind of a bit boring. So I'll put that in B tier. Adron Class also goes in D tier because it's just a forest map. It's not good. Think of Endor, but with no unique parts that Endor has. And I'm pretty sure Endor doesn't even have a Capital Supremacy map. So they could have given Endor a Capital Supremacy map, but they decided not to. They decided to give Adron Class a Capital Supremacy map. Which, again, I don't even know why they made Adron Class a thing. It's just a boring planet that's literally just a big forest like Endor, and they decided that they needed a completely new place for the Resistance to have their base in Episode 9. Next is Scarif. Scarif, in my opinion, is an S tier map. I love Scarif because it's at sunset, so it gives really nice lighting to everywhere, and it's a beach planet. Who doesn't love going to the beach? And I think if everyone had a Star Wars planet they would want to visit, Scarif would probably be on one of the higher ends of their list. Unless if it didn't get destroyed by the Death Star. Next is Tatooine. I'm gonna put Tatooine at B tier. I think it's alright. It's the OG desert planet, so you can't knock it for being a desert planet, especially because there's only two desert planets in the game. But I think it has some good locations. Like you can see here, it has the like the space bit where the Millennium Falcon lands. But some places, like really big choke points, like if you have people just camping a specific hallway or a specific like arch, I guess there's like a couple of hallways or arches that people can just sit behind at specific areas and just camp there, and if you walk through, you're done for unless you have like your whole team, but then that just leaves other like points free to be captured by them. Like I think that happens quite a bit on this map, where like your whole team is like realizing this one point hasn't been captured, so they go to it and it just leaves the rest of your points behind. That might just be on the servers or the games I play on, especially because I play on the Capital servers basically all the time now, because there's no reason to play regular Battlefront 2. But yeah, it might just be me. Next is Hoth. Hoth is really weird to me. I honestly can't remember this map that as well, because it just doesn't come up in rotation as much. But Hoth also has some unique stuff to it, because it has the Tauntauns that you can ride, and all of the turrets that they have. Like, I know it's not very, that doesn't sound very good, but it has the a lot of the disc turrets and those other ones that are only on Hoth, and both teams can ride the Tauntauns, which I think it gives it a bit of uniqueness. I should probably have like extra tiers, but I'm going to put in B tier. B tier is just middle of the road. Next is Death Star 2. Death Star 2 is definitely depends on the people that's playing you with, and I think it's very subjective. It's very opinion based for everyone, and my opinion changes on it. Sometimes I get annoyed with it due to it being close quarters, and I don't like close quarters maps as much. I prefer like bigger kind of maps, or like open maps like Geonosis that have like quite different areas. Whereas Death Star 2, there's obviously that big hangar bay, and actually there might be like two kind of hangar bay areas, but a lot of it is just closed hallways, and so I think that knocks it down a bit. I'll put it in C tier. Naboo is A tier for me. I love Naboo. Again, like Scarif, it takes place at like sunset. It adds a really nice lighting to it, and it's like one of the bigger maps, I think, for Capital Supremacy. You have the area to the right where it's like that like kind of, what is it really? It's like a park. I think it's kind of like a park on the right side, and you have that point, and you have the point ahead of it, which is kind of some forward operating base kind of thing. But I always get into big like skirmishes there, and there's always like duel going on with some heroes, and it's just really entertaining, that section of the map. And then there's the middle road, main road section. There's always like some tanks dueling it out, and I think Naboo is just like top tier map. Kashyyyk is also, I think Kashyyyk is also B tier, but like top of B tier. Yeah, there we go. I think Kashyyyk is top of B tier because it's an open map, and there's like different they've all got like a unique kind of identity for each of the points. But some of the points, actually I might knock it down a bit in B tier, but like that in B tier, because some of the points kind of get forgotten about. There's one at the top left of the map that just no one goes to. Like the team, I think the droids, they spawn on that side of the map. The droids capture that bit, and no one ever goes for it ever again. And what is it? The clone turbo tank section. That bit is always like whoever captures it first basically keeps it, because there'll be people camping in there. And unless you get a hero in there like Anakin, or if the clones have it like Dooku or Grievous, then you're cooked. You're not capturing that place. Next up is Camino. Camino, I'm not sure, because Camino, I really like it, but it's a bit annoying with everyone trying to snipe. I think Camino goes top of B tier. I know I'm putting a lot of maps into B tier, but I think it's better to have a lot of maps in B tier, but like not as many in the lower tiers, rather than a lot in the low tier but then like 2 or 3 really good maps, because it just shows a lot of these maps, a lot of the maps in this game are just well around balanced. But then again, there's not any maps that are just like that top tier. But let's continue with Camino. Camino has that middle point, I don't remember, it might be point C, under the Trident droid, and that the Camino's like those maps that always it's basically whoever has that central point right there will win the match, because that point is always heavily guarded and people are always going after it, so then your team goes after that, but then they just forget about the rest of the points. And there's always a ton of people sniping, especially the droids, because the droids spawn far back on one side and there's no real capture points there, but then the clones spawn like right next to that hangar bay, which people are always fighting at as well, so the clones aren't able to snipe as well in my opinion, and so the droids always have that fire, so I think the droids have a bit of an advantage on Camino, so that's why I put it there. But in my opinion, I saved the best for last. We have Geonosis. Geonosis in my opinion is the best Capital Supremacy map in the game, and I think Geonosis is the best Galactic Assault map in the game as well. But this Geonosis map is really fun. You have like 2 kind of sections to the battlefield. You have that top kind of plateau area where you've got like the steam vent capture point at the back, and you have that point C, that dreaded point C. That might be one of the most dangerous capture points in gaming history, because it's just full out World War 4, not World War 3, World War 4 type shit going on at point C. And then you have that capture point next to the hover tank, which if a team, whichever team, usually the droids, because they spawn on the other side of the map as the clones spawn on the side with the hover tank. If the droids capture point C, they always move on to that point behind it, which kind of creates for some interesting tug of war kind of stuff going on there. And because of how that lower, like the left side of the map, if you're on the clone side, that lower like section is laid out, it's quite flat with a couple of rocks areas. There's always like good tank battle going on down there. And then under the right side of the map, there's like the Geonosian catacombs, which I think are kind of fun to explore, and there's usually not anyone down there, but if you do find people, because of how dark it is, it kind of makes for a very cinematic experience, like those episodes of the Clone Wars. They're going after the Queen, and I think Geonosis is just the best map. So yeah guys, this is my final ranking of all the Capital Supremacy maps. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.